What is up? It is Idrotic here, and we are here with the Batman review, quote unquote Batman review, because uh, it's basically just me talking about my favorite moments of the movie, and also some of the stuff that I didn't really like. But we'll just start off quick, snappy, with the Riddler. The Riddler, he is portrayed as this mentally unstable genius, basically. He goes around and murders people and leads Batman and them on until eventually he just gets caught. But like he goes out like a boss. He's like, I was just ordering my pumpkin pie. He kind of keeps up the persona until he gets into jail. And jail, like, ooh, that's when his character really starts to shine. And it's not to say that like he wasn't good as Riddler. Like he was awesome. But like getting to see the other side of him and how he sings that Cala Maria song. Like, holy crap. What an awesome dude. He makes these sounds. I'm guessing that's just because he's mentally unstable, or I don't know, maybe he has autism. I don't want to get like into it too much, but I just love the portrayal of him. He's obviously way smarter than even Batman. Or to an extent, he's smarter than Batman. But basically, I love the Riddler. I loved how crazy and unstable he was, and I love that when he lost, or when thing didn't go his way, he had a mental breakdown. And it's not something you really see with calculated villains. You don't really see them breaking down or crying or like moaning or whatever. It, it's just like another side to Riddler that you don't really see with much villains. And that's why I really like the Riddler. So speaking about the Riddler, there's this one scene at the end of the movie where Riddler is having a mental breakdown. You know, Batman saved the day, of course, and he's crying. He's like, things didn't go his way, and he's not doing it in like a crybaby way. Kind of. He's like, that was my last hurrah. That was supposed to be my moment, and Batman took it away from me. And while he's basically, crying, this dude, he's like, hey, I'd like to tell you a riddle, Riddler. And it's most likely that that guy in the south, conveniently next to Riddler, is probably the Joker. Now, when it comes to the Joker coming into these movies, I'm starting to be like, okay, I'm tired of seeing Joker. I hope he just stays in Arkham and is like just prison there as a Easter egg. Because I don't want to see another Joker. Especially this guy who, like, I think if he was CGI'd in, either that or like there was some weird frame rate. Either way, I don't want to see Joker again. Too much cackling. I feel like he took his character a little too serious, and it came off kind of goofy in a way. But yeah, no Joker, please. Penguin, I really did like this take on Penguin. I mean, he doesn't have that, long, crooked, wicked witch of the West nose, but he does have a cool story in the story, and he's the owner of the Iceberg Club, which inhabits the 44 Below Club. So the club in the club, as Catwoman says. Penguin, I thought he was awesome. Didn't play he didn't play too big of a role in the movie, but I heard he's getting like a TV show, so that'll be cool. And he kind of is like, I don't want to say like traditional gangster, but he's like a traditional gangster or mob boss, I should say. He's like a traditional mob boss. He like almost follows that a little too closely. He's like on the borderline of tropes, but I still loved his character. Although he wasn't even a part of the Riddler's plan, I still loved the Penguin being in the movie. Catwoman, I love the take on Catwoman. She has a caring side when she cares for the Russian girl that got caught up with basically the underground of Gotham. And she also has a bunch of stray cats. She has a thing for strays. She really cares about who she's close with. She even like tells Batman like to come with her and escape. Although I think she was just gonna go do some crimes, but still whatever. And honestly, she did have a cool side as well. It's just that she was also awesome when she needed to be. So Catwoman was good in the movie as well. Batman, he, uh, Robert Pattinson, I think that's his name, Edward, he was also very awesome in the movie. I really liked his character. At points in the movie, he kind of looked like an emo guy. Like, he did not look like a billionaire. He looked like an emo teen. He looked out of place compared to everyone else. But when he was in his Batman costume, he looked sick as frick, dude. He had his hair hanging down, and especially with like some of the makeup on his face, still, he really looked like an emo guy. But I loved his character anyway, and I loved how the mystery unfolded. I'm getting off topic. Basically, I love Batman. He looked emo at sometimes, but you know, still a good Batman. I like this Batman. Also, I must say, I'm starting to get into the cons here, so bear with me. One of the things that everyone says is why not shoot for the face, and I agree because in that scene in the trailer, he's literally walking up to them, and they shoot him in his stomach and chest, and he's like right there, like shoot him in this goddamn face. And there's another scene where that exact same thing happens, except like he doesn't shoot. Like, at that moment, I was like, okay, obviously, because let me give you some context. Basically, Batman has been shot in the chest, I might say, by a shotgun. He's been knocked back. Catwoman starts climbing the ladder, and then it goes to like a 2-minute scene where this Riddler dude is slowly walking up. He looks at Batman. He takes his rifle. He points it at Batman's face. And then he doesn't shoot. And he's literally looking at his face. And then Catwoman comes up and basically ends that. And I'm like, okay, come on. Like, really? That was freaking. That was way too drawn out. Like, we all knew Catwoman was coming because he just made it a little faster. And then there's another scene where, Batman's on the ground. Catwoman's like, "Ugh," and Batman's basically exhausted. And then Catwoman gets put at knife point by this other Riddler apprentice. And then Batman's like, I gotta inject myself with this green serum that I don't know. I don't know what the green serum is. What is it, like a Bane? A Bane Easter egg? Like Venom? He gets up, he starts beating the crap out of this guy. He gets like this surge to freaking punch the crap out of this dude. And then, Gordon comes up as well. There's a lot of convenient moments in the like final scenes, like on top of the, what do you call it? On top of the stadium, you could say. Like literally, Batman gets saved by Catwoman. Batman saves Catwoman. Gordon saves the dude Batman beating up. Like, what the frick? Batman, he comes to his senses, and then the guy says, "I am vengeance." And okay, this is kind of stepping out of the cons. This is starting to step into the pros of the story and the lesson. Basically, when Batman hears this literal criminal that has been following the frickin' when he hears this criminal say, "I am vengeance," he starts to realize that he can't just be vengeance. Batman has this moment where he's like, I can't just beat up criminals. I need to do more than these, because then I'm no better than these criminals that I'm literally fighting against. So then he comes to the realization that it's not all about vengeance. It's about giving people hope as well. Vengeance can come, but what's more important is the people. So then he starts to help people. And that's what I really liked about the movie. It puts Batman on another parallel. Like with Batman and Riddler, they're on a parallel because Riddler's an orphan, Batman's an orphan, but their lives were different. This is the same parallel. Batman fights for vengeance, and so does the criminal. But what makes Batman different, and what he realizes needs to be different, is that he needs to fight for the people, which means he has to help and save people as well as fighting crime. He can't just fight crime, because then that makes him no better than the criminals. So he helps the people, he saves the people, he helps the mayor and the little boy who just conveniently is there the whole entire movie, and he saves the day. And then, Riddler's parade is all over. He's mental breakdown and then joke. Catwoman and Batman go separate ways, and that's the end of the movie. I love the movie. I know I gloss over a lot of things. I kind of just wanted to talk more about the characters and the story. So, Batman, the new Batman, the Batman, I'd say it gets a solid 8 out of 10. I definitely would watch this again, and I can't wait for a sequel from the same director, hopefully. That's my take on the movie. Solid 8 out of 10.